Hello guys, welcome to Unfiltered. We bring you topics that are a little bit uncompromising, social topics to be specific, but as the channel name goes, it is unfiltered, so we bring you the facts as it is. Now, I don't want to sound controversial here, or because the topic I'm about to touch on somehow challenge our African culture, so I don't want to be controversial. But I hope at the end, if you are watching this video, you understand my point of view. Now, today we are going to touch on some actual African beliefs, or I would say specifically, since I'm from Ghana, I'm going to say some Ghanaian beliefs that actually don't work in the current world that we find ourselves in. You see, growing up as a child, these kind of beliefs or responsibilities are put on you as a child, or you are made to believe certain aspects of your social life as part of the daily human living. Meanwhile, those kind of beliefs are a little bit off. So now, the first belief that I wanted to talk about, or the first practice, I won't say belief, the first practice I wanted to touch on is the blind respect for authority. You know, when you are growing up in an African home, you are always told that the person in authority is always right? Now, if you take this mentality into our modern world, it doesn't work, in the sense that it discourages the right to question authority on wrong choices, right? It makes children timid in public. It doesn't encourage children to be outspoken, to be able to express themselves whenever they feel the authority has undermined their rights, right? So the first one I want to touch on is the blind respect for authority, where you are taught that your parents, your teacher, or whichever person you find yourself under is always right, and you must always give that person the maximum respect he or she deserves. That kind of belief or practice does not work in this modern era anymore, because children are encouraged to be outspoken out there. Now, the second one is stigmatizing mental illnesses, right? You know, most of the times when a person finds his or himself in a very compromising situation, like the person is suffering from depression and what have you, instead of taking the person to a professional guide or a professional doctor for the person to go through some therapy, take the person to psychiatry, send those people to prayer camps for them to be prayed to, right? Meanwhile, the person is just suffering from depression or a mental breakdown. So sometimes we over spiritualize certain part of the social life or the mind, which is purely scientific. But you always see in some communities, these people are taken to spiritual healers and prayer camps and what have you. Meanwhile, the person just needs professional counsel. You take the person to people who are well versed in the area of the mind, and then that person will have the maximum treatment. Now, the last topic I want to touch on is lavish funerals. Organizing lavish funerals over financial stability. It is not just funerals. It spans into naming ceremonies, weddings, and what just mentioned. As far as a celebration, some people rather spend money to have a lavish clothes, or to have an expensive clothes to use for a funeral, naming ceremony, a wedding, than saving and having financial stability for the future. And these are practices that don't work in this current Ghana, because the country is hard, the country is not developing, the country is battling economic crisis. So if you still live in such a lifestyle, trying to impress people with your lavish dresses and what have you, you cannot survive in this current world that we find ourselves in. This is the end of the video. Leave a subscribe or hit the subscribe button. It is free. Leave a comment, a like for us. We are hoping to grow with you. Let's build a global channel together. Thank you.